This tomato plantation is monitored not by farm workers but by a drone over an area the size of a small football pitch east of the Ivorian port city of Abidjan. The drone idea was launched by a local startup set up by Abubakar Karim. He wants to use the new surveillance technology to make traditional farming more productive and more sustainable.
Let's say a plot of land has an irrigation problem on one of its 5 hectares. That's something you can't make out with your own eyes, but a drone can identify the area in question, and that makes it easier to resolve the problem and at the same time increase your yield.
After setting off, the drone uses its camera to create digital aerial maps. These are in turn relayed to a computer down on the ground to detect irregularities or other issues on plantations. It's part of a new IT-assisted form of farming called precision agriculture.
It means that we can use the technology to determine exactly where plants have been afflicted by a disease. And instead of treating an entire parcel of land, we can focus on the specific area actually affected.
That's also good for the environment. Fewer pesticides mean healthier soil and less pollution on plantations. Farmer Fabrice Ngwetia began working together with the startup about a year ago. In addition to the environmental aspect, he also sees another crucial advantage for his country's agricultural industry. We have a lot of land and a lot of options for expanding our farmland, but it's physically demanding work and very tricky to implement, which has put a lot of people off farming. But this technology is extremely efficient, and it could also tempt young people back to farming. Much of the deforestation is done to provide space for huge new plantations. Ivory Coast is the biggest cocoa producer in Africa. According to figures from the World Bank, over the last half a century, Ivory Coast has lost around 80% of its forests.
We are fighting deforestation. A lot of farmers think they need 20 or 30 hectares in order to ensure a big harvest. But we show them how they can get similar yields with 1 hectare or just 5,000 square meters.
A little later, the second drone is ready to take to the skies. It has almost 10 liters of liquid pesticide on board, which will be applied exactly where it is needed. Deploying drones also prevents damage to the plant's roots from the heavy farming machines normally used.
With 1 drone, you can spray 2 hectares in under 12 minutes. With conventional means, you'd need an entire day to cover 1 or 2 hectares.
He now has a dozen-strong team of permanent staff. Around 40 customers are already using the farm's digital solution, although attracting a clientele wasn't easy at first.
The farming sector has been around for a long time. When new technologies are introduced, it takes a while for people to be convinced of the benefits.
With the cost being a major factor, monitoring from seed to harvest costs between 4,000 and 8,000 euros, which for many farmers initially seems a big outlay. But with the startup's clientele now extending to Mali and Senegal, the drones will be touching down further afield too.